Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel Biology Articles and MCQs. Today we are going to start a new topic that are hydrophytes. Hydrophytes are mainly plants that can live on or inside the water. And you know that hydro means water, so these are specific type of plants that have ability to live in or on the water. But along with their living, they have to adjust their surrounding. As their surrounding is always water, so they should have special type of mechanism so that they can easily live in that specific environment. You can see here there are two examples, or there are many examples of hydrophytes, but there you can see an example of lotus. Here is a water surrounding, and this is a lotus flower, and the second example is hydrilla. As these all plants are present in water, so they should have adjust their surrounding and should adopt specific mechanism to live in the water. These specific type of mechanism that they use are called adaptations. So let's study these adaptations one by one. The first adaptation is the vascular tissues are reduced. The first thing you have to remember, or you have to understand, that what are vascular tissues. The vascular tissues in the plants are mainly xylem and phloem. The xylem has the function of transport of the water in the plant, and the phloem has, as you know, the function of the transport of food in the plant from their upper part or the leaves towards the roots. So the first adaptation of the hydrophytes is the reduction of the size of the vascular tissue. Here you can see that there is a small circle of xylem and small circles of phloem present. Because they are already present in water, so there is no specific need of the transport of water in them. So the xylem and phloem structures are reduced. The second adaptation they use to live in the water is the floating leaves with stomata. You know that the stomata are the main structure that help in the water loss or the gain of water. And the second important function that stomata plays is the exchange of gases. So the leaves of the hydrophytes contain many or numerous stomata. You can see here there are guard cells and the stomatal pore. This is the structure of leaf that is seen through the microscope, and there are the stomatal pores. The reason why the stomata are present on the leaves is the main exchange of gases with the environment, water, or the environment can be air. And the second important function is that the loss of water. Because they are already present in water, there is no need to conserve the water, so these stomata help in the loss of water immediately. The third important adaptation that hydrophyte use is that their stem has large air spaces. Air spaces, you can see here a cross section of stem which contain air spaces, and the air spaces are present between the parenchyma tissues. These are special type of tissues. Parenchyma are special modification of parenchyma tissue. And why these air spaces are needed to hydrophytes? Because these air spaces help in the exchange of gases. The exchange of gases is mostly fast in the air as compared to water. So as these plants are present in water, they need the large air spaces so that they can easily exchange gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide and other gases which they use. So these air spaces help in important living of their of these hydrophytes. The fourth important function are the long petioles. First thing you need to remember is that what is petiole. Petiole, you can say that it is a simple stem-like structure. Here these are the petioles of the plants. Why these have long petioles? Because they are present in water. So they have long petioles in order to adjust the changes in the water level. The next important adaptation is that no need of water retention, and this is understood that these plants are present in water, so they don't need to conserve water in their bodies, or they don't have the special type of organs that retain the water in their bodies, because they are present in water. Whenever they need water, they will gain the water from their surroundings. The sixth important adaptation are the presence of larger leaves in the hydrophytes. The reason of the larger leaves means the leaves have a large surface area. Leaves have large surface area in order to transpire water quickly. There you can see a leaf with a larger surface area. It will easily transpire water into the environment, transpire excess water. The plant will retain the water that is adequate for it, and then transpire or lose the excess amount of water to their surrounding. The next important adaptation are the hairy roots. You can see here a plant that is a hydrophyte and have hairy roots. Hairy roots means the roots have small hair-like structure. These hair-like structure of root help in the these root-like structure promote to take in the oxygen, and they will not take the excess amount of water into the into the plant body. The important adaptation, another important adaptation is the presence of air sacs. You can see here there is a stem and have sac-like structure. These are special air sacs present. These air sacs can be present in the stem or leaves or root in case of hydrophytes. And the reason of these air sacs is main that it will help in the floating of that hydrophyte over the water, because there is need of hydrophyte that they should float on the water. So these air sacs will help in the floating of water. The floating of that plant over the water. These air sacs are mainly formed of parenchyma tissue. As I have told you that the parenchyma tissue are the modification of parenchyma tissue, and it is resulting into a spongy structure, and that will result into these air sacs. That is an important adaptation of the hydrophytes. The last important adaptation of hydrophytes is the presence of thin waxy cuticle. The presence of waxy cuticle in the plant help in the protection of this plant. This is a waxy cuticle here you can see. But in hydrophyte, the waxy cuticle is always thin. Why it is thin? Because there is no need for the conservation of water in the plant. Mostly the plants having thick waxy cuticle have mostly requirement for the conservation of water. But in the hydrophytes there is no such requirement, so the waxy cuticle is very thin. Here you have studied the adaptations and all about hydrophytes. If you like this video and if this video is helpful for you, share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.